Most people think serious electric dirt bikes cost a fortune, but some models deliver power, range, and build quality that rival bikes twice their price. Today, we're counting down 8 electric dirt bikes that overperform their price tags, and the last one might completely change how you think about going electric. 8. Segway X260. When you hear Segway, you probably think of scooters or city commuters, not dirt bikes. But the Segway X260 flips that idea on its head. Compact, lightweight, and priced far below what you'd expect, it delivers the kind of performance that makes riders double-check the badge. With a top speed over 45 miles per hour, instant torque, and up to 70 miles of range, it's more than capable of handling real trails, jumps, and tight technical terrain. What really shocks people is how well it blends affordability with capability. The X260 feels agile like a mountain bike, but still packs the muscle of a dirt bike. And since it comes from a company with global reach, parts and support are far easier to find compared to many boutique brands. For riders wanting a legit electric dirt bike without draining their wallet, this is one of the best-kept secrets out there. It's a surprising way to start the list, but the bikes only get more powerful from here. 7. Zero FX ZF7.2. When most people think of electric dirt bikes that push limits, they imagine prices well into the 5-figure range. But the Zero FX ZF7.2 flips that expectation. It's a full-size machine with the polish and performance you'd expect from a high-end model, yet it lands at a surprisingly reasonable price. With instant torque, advanced suspension, and a battery that can handle extended trail rides, it proves that premium doesn't always mean overpriced. Riders rave about the FX's ride quality. The frame feels robust, yet the bike remains light and nimble, giving you confidence on technical terrain and jumps alike. And while top speed isn't its main selling point, acceleration is lightning fast, enough to hold its own against gas-powered rivals. Beyond raw performance, it's the low maintenance and silent operation that truly redefine the value proposition. You get the thrill of a race-ready machine without the usual upkeep headaches. It's a bike that makes you question the logic of traditional gas bikes entirely. And it's a reminder that in the electric market, sometimes paying a bit more can actually give you more. 6. Bonell 805. If you think you've seen all the exciting electric dirt bikes, think again. The Bonell 805 is quietly turning heads. It's not from a brand that dominates headlines yet, but early riders are calling it a game changer for its class. With around 40 horsepower, swappable battery packs, and race-grade components, it's bridging the gap between mid-range affordability and high-end performance. What makes the 805 stand out isn't just its specs, it's the attention to detail. Precision suspension, responsive throttle, and a lightweight frame that feels agile on tight trails. Rumors suggest the company is already planning a slightly bigger model with even more torque, hinting that Bonell could become a serious competitor in the next few years. For now, it's a sleeper hit, the kind of bike that surprises riders who expect high performance only from established brands. And while the 805 impresses quietly, the next bike on our list flips that script entirely. 5. Cake Kalk OR. Not every electric dirt bike needs to be a full-blown race machine. Some riders want reliability, comfort, and range, and that's where the Cake Kalk OR comes in. At first glance, it doesn't look like a powerhouse, but what it lacks in raw speed, it more than makes up for in versatility. Lightweight, nimble, and designed for long rides, it's built to handle trails, forest paths, and even technical terrain without leaving the rider exhausted. The Kalk OR shines in endurance. Its battery allows for longer rides between charges, and the modular design makes maintenance surprisingly easy. Riders often highlight the smooth, predictable torque, perfect for technical climbs or winding single-track trails, and the suspension is tuned to keep every ride controlled, not punishing. It's the kind of bike that feels reliable even after hours on the trail, which is a rare combination in electric dirt bikes under 10 grand. What's impressive is that it doesn't feel like a compromise. You get a machine that's practical for everyday use, but still thrilling to ride. 4. Stark Varg. If there's one bike that made the entire motocross world stop and pay attention, it's the Stark Varg. On paper, this thing looks like it shouldn't even belong in the same price bracket as the competition. We're talking up to 80 horsepower, a featherweight chassis, and a power-to-weight ratio that leaves many 450cc gas bikes in the dust. Yet, It comes in at a price that's shockingly lower than what most riders expect for this kind of performance. What really sets the Varg apart is its adjustability. Riders can customize the power curve through a smartphone app, dialing it down for a casual trail ride or cranking it up for full race intensity. That means one bike can act like a beginner's trainer and a pro-level monster, all in the same package. And because it's electric, there's no clutch, no gears, and no waiting for power. It hits instantly. Early riders have described it as cheating because the Varg makes high-level performance so accessible. You don't need decades of motocross experience to unlock its potential. Combine that with near-fast operation and zero maintenance headaches, and you've got a machine that's reshaping what people expect from dirt bikes. But here's where it gets interesting. While the Varg steals headlines for raw power, the next bike on this list takes a different approach, balancing range, practicality, and price in a way that makes it one of the smartest buys for everyday riders. 3. KTM Freeride EXC. When KTM decided to throw its name into the electric dirt market, a lot of riders were skeptical. This is a company known for dominating motocross and enduro with gas-powered monsters. So how could they shrink that legacy into a battery-powered machine? Enter the KTM Freeride EXC. At first, people thought it was just a novelty project. But the Freeride turned out to be one of the most balanced and versatile e-dirt bikes available. With a peak output of around 25 horsepower and a liquid-cooled motor, it delivers power smoothly and predictably, perfect for both beginners and serious riders looking for a training tool. The suspension is classic KTM, sturdy, responsive, and ready to handle real punishment on trails or track. What shocks most people isn't just the performance, but the price. For a bike carrying the KTM badge, it lands lower than you'd expect. It doesn't try to match the extreme top speed of some boutique electric brands, but it nails the sweet spot between fun, reliability, and cost. Plus, KTM backs it with the same dealer support and parts network that made their gas bikes a household name in dirt racing. It's proof that when a legacy brand enters the electric game, they don't half-step. But as strong as the Freeride is, the next bike on this list dials the performance up so high, riders compare it to top-tier race machines that cost nearly double. 2. Talaria Sting. Step up just a little in price and you hit the Talaria Sting, a bike often mistaken for the Sur Ron's twin. On paper, the two look almost identical, but once you ride it, the differences start to show. The Sting delivers slightly more torque, a beefier frame, and a transmission that feels smoother under load. It's like Talaria studied the Light Bee's strengths, then quietly fixed the weak points. Riders say the Sting has more stability on rough terrain, making it feel closer to a full-size dirt bike than its slimmer cousin. The suspension is stronger out of the box, and the battery offers just enough extra range to matter, especially for anyone who likes long trail rides. And the price? Still comfortably under that intimidating 5-figure mark. What makes the Sting so appealing is that it doesn't scream budget when you ride it. The throttle response feels refined, the handling inspires confidence, and the durability makes it a favorite among riders who push their bikes hard. It's the kind of machine that sneaks up on people, not flashy, not hyped, but seriously capable for what it costs. And here's the twist. While Talaria built the Sting as a challenger, the next bike on this list comes from a brand with an actual racing pedigree. 1. Sur Ron Light Bee. Saving the best for last. At first glance, the Sur Ron Light Bee looks like an oversized e-bike, too small and too cheap to be taken seriously. But twist the throttle and it launches with a kick that shocks almost everyone, topping 45 miles per hour with instant torque that feels addictive. Riders love it because it's light enough to throw around like a mountain bike, yet tough enough to tackle trails, jumps, and even small motocross tracks. What makes it stand out is the community behind it. Owners are upgrading controllers, swapping batteries, and pushing this so-called budget bike into the same territory as far pricier machines. For under $5,000, the Light Bee proves you don't need deep pockets to get serious electric dirt performance. 8 electric dirt bikes, 8 surprises. From budget-friendly thrillers to high-end powerhouses, each proves you can get serious performance without overspending. Which one would you ride first? The future of dirt biking is electric, and it's only getting wilder.